Welcome, race fans!
Hey!
We're here. I'm Ron.
What is this?
Hey, that's the motion of the hands. That's the hand motion. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's
Okay. Okay. Does that help?
Hey, does it help? Let me know. Let me know if that helps. We got 2 viewers. Ask them. Does that help? 2 viewers?
Hey!
Hey! What it is it lets me know the camera's live.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my excuse.
That's the clapper thing. Yeah.
Oh, we need one of those.
I got one of those.
Oh,
I'll bring one in next time.
Yeah, next time we'll do one of those.
We'll have one of those. And
cut. That's a wrap. Hey, we're here live with East to West Racing, and we are at Magny-Cours. Unless you have a better way to say it, we're going
Magny-Cours.
there you go. The way he said
Magny-Cours.
Yeah, that's the.
My son learned French. He was never saying his S's or his T's for like 2 years.
Yeah, Magny-Cours.
Magny-Cours.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
Like a coup. It's like a coup, but it's different.
Yeah, there you go. Sure,
Yeah.
let's go with that. It's a French course,
It's a French
but not spa.
coup. French coup.
But not spa.
Yeah, there is that. All right, so we are at the French Grand Prix racetrack in France.
Fun track.
Yes, it is a
Fun track.
And we're just about finishing up practice. We got about 30 seconds left in the practice session. You see Rich doing the...
I did that a lot.
I can save it through the corner, even in the dirt. Rich Hibbs.
I did that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that corner, but, you know. One of the corners.
So, we are... You know what we should do? We should start off first by making sure our audio is turned on.
Is the audio turned on?
It looks like the audio is turned on.
So we got the Logitech with the X, we got the mic aux, we got... Yeah, we're good.
I think we're good. And we got desktop audio going.
There we go. There we go.
Practice is underway. Practice is ending in 5 seconds. It's drive day. Yes, yes it is.
Yes.
So big shout out here as we begin our East to West Racing GT3 Challenge Series race number 7 at Magny-Cours.
We're like a third of the way through the season.
Yeah, it's 17, so there's only 10 left after today. Yeah, so we're cruising right along. Cruising right along. We're in the second third. Qualifying is just beginning. We have a 15-minute, maybe 16-minute qualifying session. But you know what's interesting here is they only get 7 laps. There's time to run 10 laps, but they only, in this series, they only get 7. They're only getting enough to go out, get a couple laps in, come back in, get new tires, do it again. So they only get a few laps, so don't waste your laps.
No.
You only get 7. And as we're here in the booth with Bigg Wizurd TV, because that's where we are at the Bigg Wizurd TV basement studios.
The luxurious basement studios.
As you can see behind us, we have some racetracks on the wall.
We do.
There's a couple trophies back there. There's even a monitor with a race rig monitor right behind me. And that is thanks to our sponsors, Stair Fittings Incorporated, which is where this stream comes from. We have made a couple of adjustments on the Race Rig PC to get a little bit better video out there. I hope you can notice. I hope the internet quality is good enough to show you that we have better video.
And if it's not, call your internet provider and tell them, I need better video for Bigg Wizurd TV. You need to fix this.
That's right. Let them know that we're here on the air for you. And we went down to 0 viewers. Oh, okay. Now there's still a couple out there. Still a couple of you guys out there. Not that anybody's chatting or anything, but they're out there. Hey, want a big shout out Stair Fittings Incorporated, our #1 sponsor for East to West Racing and Bigg Wizurd TV, keeping us live, keeping us on the air, and making it fun for everyone, everywhere.
Amen.
Stair Fittings Inc. Check them out, orders.stairfittings.com. You can check out all their supplies. Give them a call, orders.stairfittings.com. Talk to Karen, tell her we sent you here at Bigg Wizurd TV. She'll hook you up with the best stairs, accessories, risers, treads.
One of the nicest people I've ever raced against.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Did you beat her today?
Nope.
No, she beat you today. Oh.
Well, everybody beat me today.
There is that.
Something about going into the wall, spinning around, and getting a toe. That was all she wrote. So.
That was all she wrote. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
But hey, you know what? I didn't have another one, so I raced, and then, except for where the front end of my car came off.
Well, you kind of need the front end of the car to be in the corners.
Nah.
No?
You
right.
You just need to lean real hard on your car.
Just lean.
Lean in.
Can you do that? How's that work in a race rig?
Not real well. Not real well at all. But it was fun.
But we are super glad to have you here with us on the stream. Thank you to our viewers to show up and chill here with us. You know, I want to thank my best friend, Dr. Todd, right here. I want to thank you for being here in this broadcast, because, you know, it is so much nicer. And fans, let me know. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Shout it right now. They're leaving.
Yeah. Well, you know what they're probably saying is, wait a minute. He's saying thanks to Dr. Todd. Dr. Todd runs the thing without talking, muted for like 2 hours.
You were talking all the time. You were just muted. This is pure entertainment. This is where entertainment comes from.
This is why the two of us are better together. Better together all the time.
All the time. So we have 16 drivers. Well, 15, because I know it says 16.
Hey, look at that.
I know it says 16, but our race control guy
is a racer.
He's in the session tonight. Okay. So we actually have 15.
You know, earlier today when we were in the JNR Contender Series, we were Dom was pushing to get a 138. He got like a 138.9.
9.8 something. Yeah. we were ragging on him, saying it wasn't really a 138.
It's a 139 because it rounded up.
It rounded up.
But look at Philip Scott.
And he's only a tenth ahead of Richard Wishon with a 137.6 on the point. That's insane.
It is. That's absolutely amazing.
Kevin Cantonio with a 138 flat. Rich Hibbs right in there. With 138 too. So we've got a few drivers not attending our race tonight. If you may have noticed, 15 drivers is not our typical race count.
No, it is not.
And the reason being that we have recently had in the world of iRacing, we have recently had a 24-hour race. Now, a lot of race fans know this. Some may not. I don't know if they live in a rock, under a rock, on top of a rock.
If they're a race fan,
they know that June is Le Mans month.
This is true.
So since we have to play games with our simulator, Majors Corporation, they make setups. Majors Garage. They have sponsored the 24-hour race for iRacing drivers to race on, and they have actually run the 24 hours of Le Mans, and that was yesterday.
Oh my word!
That was all day yesterday. So those drivers just finished that race this morning. And
they must be tired.
They are probably quite tired. So we're missing a few of our regulars. But, they get 3 drops, or 3 or 4 drops this season. So we're not going to hold it against them. We're going to still stay here and broadcast as if we had fans and viewers. And where are you guys going?
You know, we do that all the time, though.
Why do they leave?
Don't worry about it.
Put me a note in there. Let me know why, so I can change it next time.
What they're doing is they're saying, I'll tell you what, Ron, what's probably happening is they're saying, oh, it's qualifying. You know what? I need to go check really quick and see just check a couple of my other race channels, see whether or not Tony actually won a race today in the NHRA, because I'm sure,
that's on my mind.
Again, if you're a race fan and you haven't been living under a rock,
then you know Tony Stewart drives the top alcohol
drag. There you go. Yeah. And that's worth checking out.
It is. There's also Formula One.
There's a Formula One race today.
Formula One race happened this morning, and also an IndyCar race on the downtown streets of Detroit. First time in many, many years, they've left Belle Isle and they've made a course. Now, I've driven the Belle Isle course here in the iRacing simulator, and it is all kinds of bumpy. I mean, all kinds of bumpy.
And you think Detroit downtown is going to be any better?
No, it wasn't. I thought it would. I actually thought it would be, but it wasn't. It wasn't even close.
All kinds of bumpy.
All kinds of bumpy. All kinds.
Back over to our qualifying, we now have 3 drivers with a 137.
137.1 for Philip Scott. He's pushing into those 36s.
That is insane
times. Did Dom make it in? No, Dom's not even in. Dom was in. He's dropped out. So that might be 14 drivers.
Oh, boy. That's too bad, Dom.
Yeah. Dom
come back.
Yeah, he needs to come back.
Come back, Dom. Come back. Good course, fun course. Ron, what do you think of this course? I mean, honestly, do you enjoy this course? Was this a fun course to race on?
I actually enjoyed this race course. I do like racing here. It's a challenge. Why don't we show the fans? We got 8 minutes to go here in quali. Let's go around here with Greg Prosch now, and let's do a lap from inside the car. He's just diving in to turn 1 right now. If I can figure out how to get the cameras figured out.
There we go.
Turn 1 and 2 here.
Oh boy, this looks familiar.
And then that long sweeping right-hander, turn 3. And you've got to hit the gas at the right time so you don't go wide right there. Because that exit, turn 3, will kill you.
Yeah, and the other thing that's really interesting, and as you come out of that, you then are full foot to the floor completely until you get to this hairpin.
Yeah, and that is one tight hairpin. A hairpin's supposed to be 180 degrees. I think that one's like 240.
Yeah, 240, 241, whatever it takes,
whatever
right?
It takes, that's right.
And then as soon as you're done with that, you start to accelerate, but just in time to go into the chicane.
First chicane
of two, but it
and then another hairpin.
Like 3.
Yeah, and then another hairpin. Oh, there is actually 3 chicanes, right? Out of the second hairpin, which is turn 9, you'll hear a lot of drivers about turn 9 if you watch the previous stream.
Turn 9 was a beast.
There's the second of the chicanes. And hey, look,
another hairpin.
As Greg accelerates off at turn 14, down through this little kink here, which is not a turn. And then hard on the brakes into this.
It's not a turn.
Into this hairpin, followed by a chicane. And there is the lap. And it actually, once you get the rhythm, it's actually pretty fun. It's a good time.
It really was a fun course. One of the things that I started to enjoy about it, and you mentioned this, is that the chicanes look similar enough that sometimes you forget which turn you're coming into.
Yeah, you actually forget where you are on the racetrack. It's pretty crazy. So, but yeah, good times. Great racetrack. Let's see if I can find.
And Rick, we were riding with Greg Prosch now. Greg that was a 139.
His last race lap, we'll have to see what the last lap was. That's his fastest lap, so 139.0, which would have been.
That would have been what, second place in the last race that we were in.
Yeah, second fastest. And that was his last lap, 139.146.
That is.
Yeah, that was the lap we witnessed. Oh no, he's got a 047, so he's got one a little bit quicker than that. But yeah, everybody running in the 140 and better. And their track temp is 99 degrees. We were running at 85.
Oh my word!
So their track temp is hotter. Track's a little
greasier. Yeah.
And more drivers because they've got. Well, they might have about the same number on the racetrack. We'll have to see who ends up starting the race because it says there's 16 in the session, but I only see 13 on the racetrack. So we'll see how that works out. But glad to have you here as the viewers. Hey, Brent's online. Brent, good to have you watching, buddy. Good to have you out there. We are excited to be here and broadcasting this race.
Hey, Brent, don't leave. Whatever you do, don't leave. He's getting a little nervous about people leaving.
I know, we're down to 4. Maybe I didn't respond quick enough and he's already left. I don't know.
Oh, there's a lot of dust on the track. Oh, okay.
Can I move this over so I can actually see it?
There you go. Look at that. People can talk to us now.
Well, they could talk to us before. We just weren't paying attention. Not that we're paying attention anymore now.
Got about 4 seconds left in the qualifying. And then
4 minutes.
Oh, 4 minutes. Sorry about that.
We'll call that 4 minutes. But only one more lap here for Mr. Ryan Fry. Points leaders and many of those top teams missing from the action tonight. Philip Scott, quickest on the racetrack. He is back a titch in the points, but it's going to help him out. But they do have drops. I mean, we do get drops. So
well, and you know, it's nice that they have drops so that missing a race doesn't penalize them. But it's also going to be really exciting for those drivers that do decide to stay. Better opportunity for them to get into the points, and better opportunity for them to maximize points as they're going into the rest of the series.
Well, yeah, because you might be a mid-pack driver, maybe a 9th, 10th place driver, normally, and today you might be able to get a top 5.
Yeah, there you go.
And those points will carry through because you get to count, of the 17 races, I think you're counting 13 for points.
And the lowest ones drop. So the ones that they do well are going to stay with them and let them continue to move forward.
Yeah, it's 13. 13 races count. So, I mean, you can miss a couple, and that's great. But what really works out here is the guys that are here on this low participation race are really going to benefit because their lowest lap or their lowest race is going to be much better. I can't find anybody on the racetrack. Okay. So, qualifying, 2.5 minutes left. They do end qualifying right at the time.
I noticed that.
So you don't get any more time.
You don't finish your lap.
No.
It pulls you out of the car.
Yeah, not in here.
Yeah.
Here goes Drew Schiller trying to improve his time. Currently 8 does not. Oh, he does. He does bump up with a 1:38.567, 3/100ths of a second, quicker than Rick Wishon. Now, Rick was in the last race with us, and he was not running 1:38.5.
No, he was not.
So I'm guessing maybe he got some extra. Maybe he's got like a hybrid pack that he added to the car for this race. I don't know.
Yeah,
these guys are flying.
They really are. And it's interesting to see that they're the same cars, same kinds of setups, same track,
same time of day, same track usage, and they're just going faster. So that's great. The only thing different is a little bit hotter temperatures. Maybe that's getting the tires a little stickier.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
So maybe it's helping out. So, qualifying just about finished up here. We've got. Let's see if Kevin can improve. He's currently third. 137.1. We got 3 cars. We do have 5 cars at 137, but we have 3 cars at 137.1.
That is insane.
And here he comes across the finish line. He's got Emmett's name was right behind him. Kevin does not improve. Emmett jumps to the top
with a 137.
Emmett Lindquist jumps up to the pole position with a minute left in qualifying. You can't even run another lap. The 27 might be able to finish there. The 19, maybe. But that's it. This is it, guys. This is the end. Why are the numbers black? Who would do that? Who would make the numbers black? What kind of an idiot does this? You gotta talk to these people. As Drew comes by, and he moves up to P6 over ahead of TJ Allman. And the 19 car, that's Gray Welch. I battled with Gray last time, and I can promise you that Gray was not.
Oh, I love his paint scheme.
What's he got on there?
He's got the Rebel Alliance on there.
Oh, nice, nice.
How did I not know that? I need to talk to him about borrowing that paint scheme. Look at that.
3 seconds. Running one of the quicker times that we ran in our race with a 140.2 is about as quick as I could get. I think I ran a 140.0 one of my laps.
And he's
14th.
And he's 14th. Yeah. Bottom of the pack.
Yeah. Dom was pushing into the 138s. He'd be in the top 10.
He'd be in the middle. He'd be in the middle.
He is not on the racetrack, so I'm not sure what happened to Dom. Jaden's our race control. Big shout out to Jaden. Thanks very much, Jaden, for being out there. And here we go. Qualifying has ended. Emmett Lindquist on the pole. So great job. Oh, and track temp just shifted to 92 degrees. Will that speed him up? Will that even make him go faster?
I don't know.
I wonder. Heat race. Oh, now it's back up to 98. You know, the temperatures in France aren't very predictable. So.
Well, it is France. It is France. And hey, Bernie's there on the flag stand.
Bernie on the flag stand, getting ready to go. He's got that flag in hand.
We spare no expense to get him to every race.
Every race.
Yep.
Every race, even if it's held like 3 races at the exact same time.
He's
still there.
He's the hardest working guy in iRacing.
He is indeed.
Yep, he is.
Yes, indeed.
He is.
Well.
And the silence in the booth is that's normal, folks.
Yeah.
That happens.
That does
All right,
happen.
guys, welcome to the heat race. Let's have a good, clean, and fun heat race. You guys have anything that you see that maybe we didn't catch? Let me know over the radio, just car number, and Cody and I will get on it. Thank you.
There's Bernie with the green flag in hand, waiting for the signal. Cars lined up. Everybody looks like they're ready to go. Emmett with that Porsche. The Porsche that will be no longer on the pole. The Porsche is going away this Tuesday. They're bringing out a new version of the GT3R Porsche. So,
and I'm not sure if the Porsche needed a new version.
Well,
I mean, he is on the pole.
He is indeed. He is indeed. So we'll see how this one goes.
And this is not the Porsche that tries to kill you.
Oh, yes, it is. It's a Porsche.
It's a Porsche.
It's a Porsche.
Every Porsche tries to kill you.
Yes, it does. Okay, Emmett Lindquist on the stand. We're going to jump into TV1 mode. We're going to see these guys launch off the line. They're getting ready to go. You'll hear the engines rev, and here they go. Green, green, green. There he goes, Bernie with the flag.
Bernie with the flag.
And Emmett drag racing Philip Scott down in turn 1. Philip has a good position. Emmett around the outside.
Can he
Turn
hold
two.
it?
Oh,
there's already a turn.
Oh, we already have a turn. That's that looks like Sean Williams.
Oh, and Philip Scott went off.
Sean Williams, Philip Scott also went off in the 99. Let's see what happened there. Oh, it just goes wide. He just goes wide coming through turn 3 and loses a few spots. That is not going to make him happy. Let's go back up front. Did I say let's go back up front?
You did.
I did. That was incorrect. Here we go. As they're battling through the first hairpin. Richard. That's Richard.
Oh, that's Richard. Yeah, that's Richard. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Emmett out front. A little bit of action there on the first lap. Looks like everybody's back in line except for Sean Williams. He is way back in the pack. Way back off. Emmett out front, followed by Richard. Rich Hibbs in third, right behind in the BMW. Drew Schiller in the 27 car. A little gap back to him. But, top 3, you can throw a blanket over him. Probably wouldn't make him drive very well, would it?
No, but it probably wouldn't change much either. I'm not sure how long that blanket would stay on him.
Kevin Cantonio just gets by. No, why is this thing changing colors? I know why.
You don't have it in race order.
I don't have it in race order.
There you go. There you go.
Maybe now I'll. Bad chance there.
I got faith in you.
Yeah. Hey, it's still early. It's only lap 2. Don't leave yet.
Lap 2 of the heat race.
Don't leave. It's only lap 2.
Lap 2 of 10.
That's right. This is the heat. We're going to run 10 laps. We're going to take the top 8 drivers. We're going to flip them around and start the 8th guy first and the first guy 8th and let them run again.
Can I just say that that's terrifying when that happens? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Yeah. Greg Prochnow just gets a pass done. And that is for position
through that
over
hairpin.
TJ Allman. Let's see if we can catch that.
Oh, look at that.
Nicely done. Nicely
Right,
done.
just taking the front of that off.
And then down into the hairpin they go.
Oh my goodness. And then in turn 9. Turn 8 and 9.
Okay, back up front with our leader. That's Emmett Lindquist. Yes, we are. Emmett Lindquist, followed by Richard Wishon and Rich Hibbs. That battle for second is heating up pretty good. Richard seemed to get a little wide there in 13 before the second hairpin, but Rich not able to capitalize quite yet.
Somebody went off of those marbles. I didn't see that when that happened.
I didn't see anybody
off in
dropping
the dirt.
through the order. They must have been able to save it. I'm trying to keep an eye on that. And everything else, of course, that's going on. The battle here for second, pretty close. The battle for fourth, also close. That's the 99 of Philip Scott. Run down Drew Schiller here. Philip went wide there in turn 3 on lap 1 and cost him a few spots, and it looks like he might want him back. So here he goes through turn 3 again. Let's see if he does a little better this time. Oh, he's on the inside.
He's got a good line.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a good line.
Looks like he might have this pass going into the hairpin. Hang tight. Whoa, Philip Scott gets by. Kevin Cantonio moving up the field as well. TJ Allman falling back. TJ
Oh,
Allman
TJ's...
falling back. He's coming around turn 3, I believe that is. Oh, and
Oh,
he
it just gets
loose.
around.
Comes around.
Back end
Oh.
comes around.
Sorry, TJ. Tough breaks that happen in iRacing. A let's go back to that battle here. Philip Scott just gets by Drew Schiller. We were watching that pass as we jumped off to the instant replay. Yeah. Philip Scott jumps into P4. Drew not really letting him go, though, is he?
No, he's not. He's staying extremely close, trying to make sure that Philip pays attention to every second of the race.
Yeah, this, last season, not last season, but I think season 5. We were in season 5, so maybe about a year ago. We had a ton of drivers running this Merc. The Merc was hot, it was fast, everybody loved driving it. And they were winning every weekend in the Merc. So everybody was in the Merc. And then, since then, it's really fallen off. The BMW's had its time in the sun. They've really had some run with the BMW. A lot of the guys still run that. Quite a few of the guys that are missing today run that. But also the Audi has made a huge comeback.
Yeah.
And there's a new release. iRacing does a release every 13 weeks. They bring out new software, new updates, and that's coming up tomorrow. June 6th, is that tomorrow? Tuesday, June 6th is the big day. And
D-Day, you might say.
We're all, as a matter of fact, it is.
Yeah.
We're all excited about the new fix. We're not just so excited about the those that spent their blood, sweat, tears, and lives on D-Day. Hats off to those boys. Let's see what else we got going on. There's still some battles out here. One in particular, this battle here, Kevin Cantonio has come up to the back of this group, and he has Brett Fay in the sights. And maybe not for long. This is down into another hairpin. Does he have enough? It doesn't look like he's got enough of a run. He's going to have to go hard on the brakes to get by him. He's got a little edge in. There it is. He's going to go long, though. He's going to miss. Oh, he
gets
hangs the apex. He hung on to that apex. That was beautiful. What a pass.
That's amazing.
Let's watch that one again, shall we? Around the inside of the corner. Hangs on for the next corner. That's the start, finish straight.
Oh, there was a little bit of wiggle there, too.
Gets a little wiggle off of that bump on the chicane. Yeah, very, very nice pass. Nicely done.
And notice what happens. They're side by side, and then that little wiggle costs just a second or two there, but then that second or two translates to several car lengths as he runs down the front straight.
Back up to the second race battle. Rich Hibbs still on the tail of Richard Wishon. Now this battle hasn't let up at all. We've got just 0.4 of a second between the two of them. Rich looks like he's a little better through some of the corners. He might have maybe a little more downforce, maybe a better cornering setup, and maybe not as Richard seems to pull away on the straightaways.
I wonder if that's something that is more typical of the Audis to have that speed on the straightaways, and the BMWs have a little bit better cornering setup naturally anyway.
It very well could be, and they also, since this is a simulator, anything they can change on the car in real GT3 racing, they can change on the car here. So it's possible that Rich has made his car even more prone to handling on the corners. And Richard seems to like the loose is fast setup configuration, where you just fly by the seat of your pants until you make a mistake.
Which, for some racers, happens early, and some racers happens late.
Some racers, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen at all. Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
Some good action out here on the racetrack. We did see a few laps ago Sean Williams, after that incident on lap 1, had to come back in the pits and get his car fixed. He's back out on the racetrack running in P14 with pretty good gap here to the leader still. He's still 45 seconds in the main lap. He's 50 seconds behind, so he's halfway around from the leaders.
Well, and as frustrating as that can be that far behind, staying on the lead lap, he'll be able to maintain a spot. There's something to be said for staying with it all the way through this heat race and being ready for the next race and nice and warmed up and very comfortable.
Yeah. And with the top 8 flipping, right now that puts Kevin in the catbird seat. He is currently in that number 8 position. When they do flip, if he stays in that spot right behind Greg Prochnow, he's going to have the pole.
Have I said before that that's a little terrifying?
You may have mentioned it. Are you saying you had the pole recently?
I had the pole. I had the pole on our race in the JNR Contender Series earlier today, and that was a little terrifying.
Yeah.
And it was also a lot of fun.
How did you do off the start on it?
Poorly off the start. Still trying to figure out my starts.
Okay.
But I was doing pretty well. I did pretty well all the way through up through that first hairpin, and then my car got around me as we were going through 7-8, and that was all she wrote.
That does happen. Let's go through the field here. Emmett Lindquist still out front, 2.5 seconds the gap. He's putting on a little bit of a clinic here tonight, and believe it or not, these top 4 drivers are running qualifying speeds in the race.
Yeah, no,
this is full load of fuel.
I was watching that and I was thinking to myself, I wonder what they found out, what they learned during qualifying that's allowing them in race trim to run speeds as fast, nearly as fast as they were running in their qualities. It's just insane.
We're going to cut back here to this battle for 6th. This one is heating up. Has now caught the 2 drivers that are battling for P6. That's
simply he doesn't want to be in pole position for the race. I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't want the pole.
No, wait a minute. Why wouldn't he want the pole?
He actually would. And there's a setting I forgot to change. I need to go back and change my setting. There's a setting I forgot to change, and if you look on the side of Kevin's car, you don't see the number 5. It's missing.
Oh, yeah.
It's missing, and that's because I messed up the setting. If the viewers don't mind, let me know, viewers. There's 3 of you out there. If you don't mind, I'll change it right now.
We've lost another viewer?
I know. I don't know where they go.
You know, what they're probably doing is they're probably saying, oh, well, Emmett's in front. This is qualifying. Or this is the heat race.
Sprint,
I'll come back for the feature.
I'll come back for the feature.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening.
They're all going to be back.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Let's not change that for now. Let's go back. That's a pass. That was Greg Prochnow in the 212. Let's see what happened there. Let's go back a little farther. They're coming through turn 2. Does he hit the grass, or does he just come around?
I think he just comes.
Oh, he tries to
go wide.
He straightened it. He tried to straighten it to save it, and it just came around on him.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
It's a hard deal.
Will happen.
Oh, there you go. Now we're going.
Let me see if I can get these things. I'm sorry, everybody. Just yell at me, do whatever you want. Oh, I did do it.
It was showing up on the first guy.
I know, but it wasn't on the number 5 cars.
Maybe it's just because he had to pass. They had to get there later.
There you go. I'm sure that was it.
Sure. Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Let's stay with that. Rich Hibbs in P3 trying to get by Richard Wishon here. They've got just a couple laps left. We're on lap 8 of 10. And in our race, we only made it 9.
That's true.
In the 15-minute time frame. But the timing of the GT3 challenge is slightly different than the JNR Craftworks GT3 Contender Series. The times are much more precise in the Contender Series, so it doesn't go long and we miss the start of this wonderful race with you and I here in the broadcast booth.
Which has never happened.
It's come pretty close. The very first race of the season, we were over at Nürburgring, and that was mighty close.
That was close. Well, and part of it's because Nürburgring is 8 miles long.
Nürburgring is Nürburgring. 14.6. All right,
8 million.
Yeah, 8
it
million.
could be. It could be.
Might as well be.
Might as well be.
Might as well be. So, Emmett Lindquist out front. Richard Wishon in 2nd.
And Richard's brought the time down. The gap's down to 2.2. I'm not sure that's going to make any kind of. I think maybe Emmett's just saying, okay, I've got this sewn up. I'm gonna.
Yeah, he might be backing off just a little bit. Rich Hibbs in 3rd. He was a little closer a couple laps ago. I think maybe he's getting a run. Maybe he's getting it tuned up and getting ready to go. Or is he just starting to stretch out here with just 2 to go, and they figure I'll take my spot. We'll flip the 8, and we'll go from there.
Could be either way.
Philip Scott, P4. He had a rough start off that first couple corners, but has done great since then to pick it back up. Drew is in P5. And Kevin, I cannot believe he has gotten caught back up to P6. 6th position. He's gotten by Rick Wizurd. That just happened recently. I missed that. So, my apologies. Tell me in the chat that you don't like it. Oh, wait. They're not saying anything.
They're too busy watching the race. They're munching popcorn.
That could be it.
They don't want to get their greasy fingers on the keyboards. That's what's going on. I'm sure of it.
Brett currently in P8. He's going to try to hang on to that. And I can tell you with a lap and a half to go, Ryan Fry knows exactly what position he's in P9.
Oh,
here
look
comes
at
Greg.
that.
Greg Prochnow coming around the outside of Ryan, coming to the very first turn, and he's going to take that position away.
He is.
Greg
Nicely
up to
done.
P9, and Greg knows that if he can get past Brett, then he can... Oh, Brett goes wide. Ryan goes back around. Oh, beautiful.
Tit for tat right through that area. Well done.
So we're on lap 10. This is the final lap of the sprint race. Yeah, see, they still even have 3 minutes to go on the timer. I set a little bit more time for them. I actually do math when I set their races.
I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Yeah, finishing it when
Greg Prochnow dropping back. What's going on, Greg? He dropped way back off the line. They were right next to each other. We'll catch up with our leader, Emmett Lindquist, as he comes down through the final kink into turn 15. And then through the chicane and across the line, it looks like the 974 of Richard Wishon is going to hold on to P2. And Rich Hibbs in P3 as they come across the line. 1, 2, 3. And there they go. Bernie waving that checkered flag. Philip Scott in 4th. And Drew Schiller is still going to fight this out. Still going to fight this out with Kevin, but Drew hangs on for P4, P5. Kevin comes back for a P6 finish. And Brett, 317, holds on for P8. He's going to be excited about that. He'll start on pole.
He is, and you know, one of the things that's worth reminding our viewers. Of course, if you've been watching the series,
Rick dropped back.
He did.
Rick dropped off the server.
Oh,
so Rick dropping down the order did not finish the sprint race.
I wonder if he's got problems or
Yeah, I'm not sure.
just done.
We're missing quite a few drivers that did not finish the sprint race. I think we may have had... Yeah, something happened to Rick Wishon. We got 13 left in the race. Now we're going to have a quick warm-up here. Congratulations to Emmett Lindquist for taking that one. Richard Wishon and Rich Hibbs on the podium for the sprint race. That will get them as well all the way to P5. So Philip Scott and Drew Schiller all getting points. Really? Yes. Top 5. Emmett, Richard, Rich, Philip, and Drew all getting points from the sprint. Only the top 5 drivers get points in the sprint race.
And the value long term for getting those points is extremely useful, especially the way that these championships stay tight in points. But you got to smile for Ryan and Brett being able to be up in the front and have a shot at clean racetrack, clean views.
Yeah.
Trying to go into turn 1. Nice for them to be able to do that.
And that changed the course of the finish there with Rick Wishon dropping out. That put Ryan in P8 instead of Brett. So Brett's going to start on the outside of the front row, and Ryan's going to start on the pole. So we'll see how this goes. We got about 2 minutes in the warm-up remaining. These guys are just getting out there. This would be a really good time to talk to people, wouldn't it?
If people are there, you bet.
Yeah.
Should we go in the lobby?
Let's see where our...
Let's all go to the
winner?
lobby.
Where's our winner at? Who won this thing?
Emmett.
I don't see Emmett even in there. No, he's not. No words at all from race control. So clean race. We don't have as many drivers as we typically do. That does usually tend to keep the racing pretty clean. So,
and sometimes keeps the lobby pretty clean as well.
It does happen.
Yeah.
But they're not used to having us in there with them, so since our winner's not in there, we'll hold off from jumping in the lobby and causing a bunch of chaos.
But maybe this would be a good time to mention our other sponsors.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
Who's our other sponsor?
We have Grandpa's Kitchen as one of our other sponsors for this for all of the races.
Yeah.
Grandpa's Kitchen. They know gluten-free because they live gluten-free.
Grandpa's Kitchen, they have flour. They make gluten-free flour.
Cup for cup substitution for all of your baking needs.
So if you love cookies, or you love cake, or muffins, or cupcakes, things that you haven't been able to eat because you're on a gluten-free diet, no more.
Grandpa's Kitchen.
Grandpa'sKitchen.com.
And you've had ghost cookies, haven't you?
I have.
You've had
the
cookies,
the brownies, the blondies,
yeah,
the muffins,
yep, the cupcakes,
yeah, and a bundt cake.
Yes,
that was absolutely amazing.
The bundt cake was pretty awesome.
The bundt cake was really good.
Yeah, the bundt cake.
So Grandpa's Kitchen. Check them out, Grandpa'sKitchen.com. They've got great stuff, great prices, and hey, did you know that they can get a discount?
I did not know that they could get a discount.
Do you want me to tell you how?
Tell us about the discount.
The discount, you use the code BWTV, that's Bigg Wizurd TV. Use that code to get your 10% off discount. Not only the first time, but how many times?
Every time?
Every time.
No.
Yes.
That is awesome.
I kid you not.
Would I, kidder?
Yes, you would.
Oh my goodness. The people.
Come on, we got to get our grid going. Come on.
People that are watching. If you're watching this on replay.
Welcome to the feature race. Here at Grand Prix. Let's make sure. Remember, turn one. We have cold tires. Don't want any spins going in there. And let's have a good time.
Yeah, we did.
Jason, can you delay the start so Greg can get in?
We did have a cold tire situation last time.
Sure.
Oh, we're going to delay the start. I think they can do that. Race control is delaying the start. One of our drivers was not able to join, so he's going to maybe delay the start. We'll see what happens. Bernie's like, dude, what are you doing?
He's just over 90. He's almost in.
Oh, he had to reset his computer.
No problem. I'll just hit start as soon as he gets in and on grid.
A good mix of cars. It doesn't look like any one particular car is dominating in this particular time.
Nope, not today. The BMW on the pole, that's the 8th place finisher. Emmett won in the Porsche, but there's also a Porsche there with Brett Fay in the second spot on the grid. So we're waiting for Greg Prochnow to join. It looks like he is now in the session. So it looks like, here we go. Lights on green. You can hear the cars revving up. Green, and away they go.
There's Bernie.
What a great jump. Brett got an awesome jump on the line. And he leads the pack down into turn 1. We got
already
Kevin,
off in the
Kevin wide. Kevin was the one that had the trouble last time it went back to the back of the pack. Battled his way back up. He is back on track already again. Kevin not happy again. Back to the back of the pack.
Hard luck kid today.
Yep.
I didn't see what caused that. Let's get through
He just got wide. He just went wide. Whoa, tight through the hairpin.
And Brett went wide.
Goes wide.
And that puts Philip Scott out front.
Let's recheck that. That was Brett Fay. Go back up. We'll see if when he's coming through this. He's coming down into the hairpin now.
Does he just?
He must just miss the braking point and go too deep into the hairpin. You can see Philip Scott on the inside of the 616 there. But Brett just goes too wide.
Just a little wide.
Taking advantage. And that is a change for position. The 99 car is out front.
Too wide. Richard Wishon trying to get around. He does.
Just did get around for sure. Let's see if we can catch that again. Richard with a great run.
Chasing him down.
Just gets a great run off that corner through the chicane. and just goes wide around him before they get to that hairpin.
Loose is fast.
Yeah, over that curve might be fast.
Yes, that's what I was going to There's a little bit of movement around those turtles.
Yeah.
And Philip Scott putting a 2.1 second
Over
gap.
Over Brett. Brett trying to hold on to second spot. He's a little bit wide. These guys behind him a little bit better line. We've got some of the guys that finished up top.
Oh my word, yeah.
Behind these two that are trying to hold on to their spot.
Hey, have I mentioned that when you're up front on the inversion, that's a little terrifying?
It's a little you may have. Rich Hibbs. Oh! Pinched.
And he
tight.
still goes
he
wide.
He still makes it. Brett goes wide. Rich gets by 2 and 1. That was a twofer.
That's just amazing.
What a great pass there.
Well raced.
And Brett holds on to P3 with that
wide movement.
Really wide move going through there, side by side through the hairpin. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
And Rich makes it.
And
work.
he's still hung on to it.
We'll see if Rich can catch up with our leader Philip Scott here. Battles continue through the field here. This is
look at this
on the inside,
and he gets around him,
going into that here. Oh, we got a car spin. Emmett Lindquist, is that the 40? Oh, it is. That was our sprint winner. Our sprint winner coming around in this little hairpin turn here.
I think that's the same spot that I did.
Does the car just get away from him? He's in the hairpin. Oh, he gets tagged.
Oh yeah.
He gets tagged by Drew. And that one's going to be under review. The race control boys will have some fun with that one. But that puts
looks
Emmett
like there's
back to P12.
There'll be a drive-through going through that, but
probably have a drive-through.
But the the hard part about this in any kind of a racing situation, the drive-through assesses the penalty to the driver that caused the accident, but the driver that suffered the accident has to fight his way back.
You got Ryan.
Thank you, Sean.
That's Brett losing the spot.
Oh,
that's P3 to Richard Wishaw.
Nicely done.
TJ,
very clean.
TJ just went by. Just got by the 27. That was going into the hairpin as well. And look at that, Rick Wishaw trying to go through with him. A little bit. Oh, and he's got damage. Oh, he did. He checked up when he ran into the back of Emmett, and he got ran into from behind.
Yeah.
So a lot of damage there on Drew's car. As I believe he's going to. We'll have to see what race control says. We aren't going to sit here and watch the replay, second by second action from inside the car. Every angle so we can see it. We're just going to keep watching this great race.
Well, and I'd rather do that. Let's we've only got 22 laps left, so let's make sure we catch every lap we can.
Get all we can.
If we had 150 laps of a race,
we could probably do that.
And if we had cautions that were going to come out and slow everybody down, we could probably do that.
We'd have plenty of time.
Yeah. And if we did that, we'd lose the two viewers that we have.
Bye. Yeah. All right. So, let us know what you think, viewers. Let us know what's going on out there, Kevin. And look at this. I was going to highlight something, and then Kevin makes another pass.
Oh!
Can you believe this? Kevin
Cantonio.
On Gray Welch. Down into turn 1.
It's fun to watch that turn, or it's fun to watch that pass, but it kind of breaks my heart because I really love that paint job from Ray.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was going to point out that our man here in the number 30, this is Brett Elton. Now, Brett's he's Kiwi. He's a New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
Comes in and races with us when he can. He's not here very often, but man, when he is here, he is so tough to get around. And he's not one of the guys up front. He's not but for the guys like me and you, he's tough to get by, and he's really hard. He's a hard racer.
And a gentleman as well.
Very much so. You can bet
and look at him get around.
Gray Welch in that Audi that just sticks like glue to the inside.
I think I'm going to get me an Audi on this next release.
You want to get an Audi?
Yeah, I think I'm going to get the Audi.
I'd love it if you get some updates. The Audi needs he's about 2 updates behind. And that, my friends, is another pass. And that's Ryan Fry getting up into P4 as somebody's falling back. Someone is falling back. That is Kevin Antonio. Bad luck kid. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. That's where he was. Ryan Fry just did a good job and got mine.
There you go.
You know what I see that I don't like?
What's that?
I see the 99 car stop.
Oh!
Let's see if we can find out what happened with 99. Coming into one of the chicanes here. Looks like he gets a little loose.
Yep, he gets
He
loose.
loses it in the chicane and hard into
hard
the wall.
hit.
Yeah, he's going to lose the front wheel on that one. You can see the front wheel is off camber.
Yep.
And he is going to tow that back to the pit lane, and that is where he sits.
And that's where he sits.
That is where he sits. That puts Rich Hibbs out into the lead. Rich Hibbs in front.
And look at Rich. You know, we were talking about how Philip Scott had a 3-second gap going back to second place. Rich Hibbs has a 2.8-second gap.
Yep. So Rich out front with that 2.7-second gap back to Richard. Richard has been fast all day. He has been one of those guys up in the podium spots all race long. In the sprint and now here in the feature, just really quick. And we'll see if he's got what it takes in that Audi to catch up with Rich. It seemed to me like he was able to get him on the straights before, but now that he's behind him, the positions are reversed. How's that going to play out?
I don't know. But the time that he's got, though, to be able to pull that off. Now, these guys are going to need to make a pit stop, yes?
Yes. Everybody will have to make a stop.
And so that may be something that everybody's thinking about a little bit as they go here. When is going to be the right time to go? We know that these cars will, for green flag, for green flag stops, the window will open for them to do that. Probably somewhere, would you say, around lap 10? Look at that.
Rick goes wide. Probably around lap 12 to 14, yeah, somewhere in that range. They could probably go early on lap 10. Just catching up here with this pass. Having to get to P7 after his early mistake again, but he's already up to P7. It's a long race. He's got 19 laps to go. He should have a chance.
Yeah, he does.
To get back up there. Now, I don't know if he's going to catch with Richard. I don't know if he's going to do that.
A lot of that will depend on how things stack out. If any mistakes are made, I guarantee you, Kevin Cantonio will be ready to take advantage of those.
Here he is again, catching up with Drew Schiller.
Boy, he is.
Drew has a little damage on his car. I think he's going to have some speed loss. Some top end is going to be missing there.
He's certainly in the hunt on that, isn't he?
Yeah. Coming down through this kink, see if he can get him. He's going to probably try to get him as they go into this hairpin. Through the chicane, he knows if he can get on the inside. No, not here. Oh, yeah, there he goes.
There he goes.
There he goes. He gets a little bit better grip. Going around the inside, gets him in the hairpin. And
that's a textbook pass.
Another pass.
Beautifully executed.
Kevin Cantonio. Kevin running a really good race today, despite the issue. Rich still holding on and extending.
Yes.
Extending the lead over Richard. Richard in P2 pretty much has the gap here on the group. Third place, Brett Fay up in third, and there's Ryan trying everything he can to get by Brett. I can tell you, I've chased Brett around this racetrack. It's not easy. But I think Ryan's got a run on him here. He's got a good line going into this hairpin. Let's see if he's got a... Oh, Brett kind of blocks to the outside. Makes a late move into the hairpin, and pretty sure that's legal. Definitely kept Ryan behind him.
Well, that's...
We'll see what happens here. Brett's definitely got some speed on that car. He launched off that hairpin and put that 7/10 of a second gap. That was in one straightaway. Turn 9, my favorite.
And when you say your favorite, what you really mean is, if we could have removed that turn, that would have been a good thing.
We would have just kept driving into the fence. But yes, I think I would have been happier without that.
Or just a different turn 9.
Just maybe.
Just a different turn 9.
Just maybe. This battle here, very, very close. And this isn't the only one. Because we've got Rick Wishon right on the bumper now of Drew Schiller.
Looking like he's going to try and make a move.
Drew got a really good launch off of that, even with that slight damage he's got. Now, he can come in and get a fast repair. These guys do get 2 fast repairs per race. And there he goes.
That's where it goes.
There he goes, and it's lap 7. He's in on lap 8, technically, as he crosses the line going in. And
boy, does that mean he's going to have to get a second,
Thank you, Drew.
second stop?
oh, no, that might be his drive-through.
I knew it was coming.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
That is a drive-through. Yep, that's what that was.
That's his drive-through.
That was the drive-through, but
Oh,
TJ coming around again in that same area.
You almost got that position back, Sean. I almost lost it.
TJ not happy. Oh, and then he's going to come around again. And Rick, now he backs off the racetrack to avoid the contact with the other drivers. Patiently waits, which I'm telling you what, it ain't.
that's hard.
That's not patience.
hard.
That's absolute impatience. And trying his best to get that going again. Tough break. Tough break.
So hard.
Well, that has shuffled things up slightly, but not up front. Rich Hibbs still on point, still 3 seconds the gap back to the second place driver of Richard Wishon.
Maybe I'll get a BMW.
Maybe you should get a BMW and an Audi.
Maybe I should get both.
See which one's faster.
Hey, can I test drive those?
You
Do
can.
they let you
on-
test drive on iRacing?
If you come down here on Tuesday, while the system is being upgraded, you can run test drive sessions.
Oh, well, there you go.
You just have to come over. I'll be here. Jump in the car. Brett Fay in 3rd position here. Ryan Fry trying to get in, but look who.
Oh, wow.
look
Kevin
who has
Cantonio.
caught- Yes. Look who has caught these two, and he is in P5 already. Lap
Boy,
9.
he is just taking advantage of every spot on this track we possibly can.
Yeah, he is really pushing hard now that after that lap 1 wide. Lap 1, turn 1 goes wide. Now on the hunt. On the hunt. If he gets a good exit out of here, and he just did.
He did.
That's going to be a turn. That'll be a pass in the hairpin.
Oh, he's going to get it.
That'll be a pass in the hairpin. He's going to get past.
He's going to get a twofer. He's
and-
trying for a
and
twofer.
Brett Elder Gray Welch just got by Brett Elder. Kevin Kent.
Oh!
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 Was that a missed break? Was that... Let's see if we can see what that was. Was that... Oh, he just missed his braking point.
Oh,
he
no.
bounced.
Looks like he got a little bit of contact from the back end.
Right, but 616, Ryan, he missed his braking point. Slid into the back of Brett.
Yeah.
Gave the position back, so most likely he will not have a penalty there. We'll have to see what race control thinks of that. This is why I'm glad. Let those guys deal with it. Hey, that guy hit me.
Yep, you're right. He hit you.
You know, I
Is
love
there
it.
any damage at all?
I don't know, Brett. You have to check the back of Brett's car. Doesn't look like anything's out of whack there.
Oh, and look at Kevin Cantonio.
Antonio
Trying to line that up.
Man, he gets a good run off those hairpins. He's got a great cornering, at least the corner exit car. He's got a good car.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Beautiful.
There it is, coming around the
He's
start
done that
line.
2 or 3 different times.
We could call it
The Cantonio.
The Cantonio.
Yeah. He just did a Cantonio.
He just sure did. He sure did. Now he's up to P3 after that early spin.
He's got a long way to go to catch up, but you know what? When it comes time for those pit stops, that may be where that starts to play in, where that factors in.
Next car coming through. Emmett Lindquist, also with that spin early. And look where he's at.
He's back up to 7th.
He's back up to 7th, and he's moving in on Rick Wishon. Like Rick doesn't want to see him in that mirror. Emmett through the hairpin. Through one of the hairpins, I should say.
Yep.
There's 4 hairpins on this racetrack. 3 of them are 100-degree plus corners, and one of them is just a slow sweeper. This track has everything. I don't think that there's a type of corner that is out there that doesn't exist on this racetrack. We've got S's, we've got chicanes, we've got hairpins, we've got high-speed stages, we got long kinks.
It really is a fun track to drive. Once you figure out the rhythm, and as long as you can remember where you're at on the track.
Oh yeah, there is that. I missed my corner again.
There were a couple of times coming through the chicane, the second chicane, I thought I was coming through the third.
Did we even see him get by? Oh yeah, it was the inside move.
Yeah, it was the inside move. But look at him now, and this is Emmett Lindquist.
He's already up to 6th.
He's just closing in.
Just ticking him off. He's got Ryan Fry and Brett Fay. This battle here between Ryan and Brett, ongoing throughout the race.
You know, his fastest lap is 2 seconds faster than either of these two guys in front of him.
Yeah,
so
he'll probably get it fairly quickly. But this battle here between Brett and Ryan has been going on
since the start.
Since the start of the since Bernie dropped the green. And we do have Brett Elder now going through the pit lane. He's getting his service. It's only lap 11. We're not quite to halfway. So you got the option with this series. You've probably got, like I say, 10, 12 laps or double that. You probably got about 18 laps worth of fuel. So somewhere in there, you've got to make your decision before you get to lap 18 to get the rest of the fuel for the rest of the race. So these guys can go in early, like these guys now at lap 11, or they can go in a little later. We'll see, because you'll notice when the last guys go in. One thing I can't see on my relative screen is the pit.
When they pitted?
Yeah, when they pit.
Yeah, that used to be on there.
It did used to be on there. What a terrible person that would take that off.
While you're looking for that, we'll just kind of continue to follow this battle between Brett, Ryan, and Emmett. And Emmett looks like he's getting awfully close to making the move to take that place back from Ryan. But there's some decent straightaway speed in the two cars in front of him, so he's got to make that happen in the corners.
See the pit.
Because nobody's gone to the pit yet.
Because nobody on that group of cars is pit.
Ah, there you go.
Hey, it's a good thing I got that all figured out.
Well, now you don't have to worry about it. Coming into the corner, this is where.
Oh, Ryan's
This is
getting
where.
run.
Oh,
Ryan's got a good spot. Oh, but look at this. Emmett around the outside. Is he going to be able to make that pass? It looks like he does.
Yes.
Go around. Emmett
Just gets it around.
Takes over P5 from Ryan, and Ryan is going to stay on his bumpers. Let that go.
that's the second time that Ryan's been passed in that exact spot. So I wonder if Ryan's having a little bit of trouble figuring out where to negotiate that, or if it's just the fact that when he's got somebody right there beside him, there's no place for him to go.
It's tough if somebody gets on the inside or outside. You've got to leave the other driver the room. So if that car's on the outside and he's got his front tire up to the front, like kind of where the numbers are on your car, if he's got his tire up to that spot, then you have to give him the room.
Yeah.
So you've got to go wide in that position, and when you go wide, the other guy's got a better corner off the exit on the outside.
Yeah.
And Gray Welch now in the pit lane in the number 19 car. Emmett Smith. Oh, Emmett Lindquist.
Oh, look at that.
Emmett Lindquist.
gets
Oh,
it
and
away.
Ryan gets in front of Brett in the same move.
Wow. Wow.
Ryan's like, thank you, Emmett.
I'll take it back.
But that puts Emmett into P4.
And Emmett running fast laps. Now, looking at the difference
him and Kevin running the quickest laps of the race.
Yep, so the chances that he's going to be able to chase them down with a 19-second gap are pretty low, but pit strategy will now start to figure into that.
Yeah. How long they're in, how much fuel they have to get. All those decisions were made before the race began.
And the decisions that are made during the race, how many tires are they going to take? Are they going to take new tires? Are they just going to try and stay with the tires they've got? Because putting on tires takes time.
It does take probably about an extra 6 or 7 seconds, and right now, that's going to make a huge difference. But the question is, can you make up that gap while you're back on the racetrack with fresh tires?
I would say that a lot of it depends on which driver we're talking about, and I think that Emmett, Kevin, I think either of those gentlemen could make up that kind of time very easily if they decided to go with new tires.
Yeah, I think you're right. Guess we'll find out.
That's
one thing
why
we can watch down here on your relative screen. Not only does it tell you when they pit, but it tells you how long they were in the pits. So Philip Scott obviously had to tow. So his time's a minute 23. Brett Elder 30 seconds in the pits, and Greg Prochnow only 24. Kind of tells me maybe Brett took tires and Greg didn't. Sean Williams also with a 31-second stop. So hard to say unless Greg's. No, that was lap 2. That was not a drive-through. Who did the drive-through? That was Drew.
That was Drew that did the drive-through.
27. We'll see what his time was. 15 seconds on a drive-through. So it looks like I'm thinking 24 seconds is about 24, 25 for fuel only, and
31 for fuel and tires.
31 for fuel and tires. And it looks like Gray Welch has had to pit for repairs. And Drew just did the drive-through. He hasn't fixed the car yet.
Yeah. Well, and maybe he won't if he feels like. If he comes in for fuel, he's That's true.
Oh, a little wiggle there for Kevin. He just about lost it through the chicane.
He is going hard.
He's pushing hard.
In fact, he's got the fast lap of the race now, too.
Yeah, 137.5. He is gunning down Sean Williams, who's a lap down to P13 with his air. Rich out in the front, currently with almost nearly a 5-second gap over second place Richard Wishon. And Kevin Cantonio trying to gain the spot. He is currently in P3.
11 seconds back.
He's got 7 seconds to Richard Wishon. And we'll have to watch that gap as they go through the pit sequence.
7 seconds and lapped traffic. That's gonna cause a little additional consternation for Kevin going through there.
It could. We'll have to see how that plays out. Most of the drivers here, especially if you're lap down, are pretty respectful and letting the leaders go by and not affecting the outcome of the race.
Yes, they are.
It's been very, very nice. As a matter of fact, I was in second, just like it feels like just moments ago. And one of the drivers that was a lap down in front of me just eased off the gas coming into the corner and just let me go by.
What a good guy.
It was a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a doctor too.
He is a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He's smart enough to know when to stay out of the way.
Well, he is a doctor. Oh, let's see. Everybody's kind of spread out right now. Let's go through the field while we can. Everybody is in P4, amazingly enough. Ryan Fry, we watched that battle pretty much all race. He's got himself a 1.7 second lead over Brett Fay. Now, Brett and Ryan back and forth dueling through the race. We'll see how that turns out when they do their pit exchange. And Rick Wishon in 74. Rick won the sprint race earlier.
Yes, he did.
And then I think Dom Ford won the
feature.
But he didn't show up here. He showed up in the server, but he did not run the race. So that is P7 for Rick Wishon. This is the feature. We're 15 laps in on a 25-lap race.
Ooh, Emmett's
dropping back. I'm going to guess he is the reason for all that smoke. Let's see if we can find him.
Yep, he just gets around.
The Porsche bites again.
I'm not going to get a Porsche.
I would say wait. If you want to get a Porsche, get the new one that comes out this week.
It's still going to try and kill you.
You're probably right.
It's a Porsche.
And Emmett's figuring, hey, it's a good time to cut my losses. He's going to come in the pits, get his fuel stop, and get this over with on lap 16 for 25.
16 for 25. That's a good. It's early enough that this may still pay off for him in that kind of situation.
Guess who also just went in the pit?
Kevin Cantonio.
Kevin Cantonio drops down from third position down to, it looks like maybe P7 behind TJ Allman. Is that? Oh, that's a lap car behind him with Gray Welch, so that's not going to affect him.
Looking for Kevin's.
What's going on here? Okay, that's Drew, and that is Emmett coming out of the pits. So Emmett with fuel, ready to go again. Keep an eye on this as pit stops happening. Rich out front, still not in. Richard Wishon not in. Ryan Fry moves up to P3. Brett Fay to P4. Rick Wishon into P5. TJ P6. Kevin, the first that has pit. In 7th spot. And there goes our leader. Dropping down to pit lane speed. And since I didn't have to pit, I have no idea what the speed is.
The speed is 36 miles an hour.
36 miles an hour.
I did have to pit, so I know.
There you go. And that gives the lead to Richard Wishon. Now this is the tricky part. Okay, Rich Hibbs goes in the pits with a 5-second lead. Richard can really push here on this lap if he goes in next lap. We'll see where he goes and see if he's going to try to do like an overcut and see if he can get ahead of Rich coming out of the pits. We'll see how that plays out. One thing that we know is that Drew Schiller and Emmett Lindquist are no longer battling.
Emmett's taken the spot and is on his way.
And Drew dives into the pit lane. That'll be long awaited for him.
Yeah, he's got some repair that he needs to do.
Okay, let's go check this out. Let's check out where it plays out. Richard,
look at it. Kevin Cantonio had a 30-second pit stop, so it looks like he took tires.
He may have taken tires along with looks like those guys are getting tires as they're going in. Oh, this is his chance. This is Rich's chance to make up that undercut, going in and getting those tires early and getting that lap out and see if he can extend his lead as Greg Prochnow goes in for his pit stop now. We'll see where this plays out. We've got the 974 coming around the last corner right now. Is he going to dive in? Does he have any fuel left? Can he keep going? He's diving in. Hard on the brakes. Goes into pit lane. And we'll see how this plays out. As Rich Hibbs is hoping he can get back around the start-finish line and out on the racetrack before the 974 of Richard Wishon can get
He's
back
got
out
a shot.
Kevin Cantonio just a straightaway behind now. He is only, looks like 10 seconds now. The gap between Rich Hibbs and Kevin, both of those guys have pit. And it looks like Rich is going to get by as Richard just now moving. And on to the racetrack. Rich retains the lead. Richard Wishon in second, coming out of the pit lane now. And Kevin up into P3 has also had his pit stop. Now just 7 seconds back off of Richard. So he's closing the gap, but I don't know if he's closing it quite fast enough. There's only 9 laps, but 7 laps to go after they go by this time.
Yeah, it's based on the way that they've been driving up to this point in time. I would wager no, but anything can happen. I mean, we've seen some moments where drivers are out on their own, not necessarily in those cars, but situations where they're out on their own and the car just gets around. So you can't say the race is over until it's over.
This is true. This is very true. 7 to go as they come across the line, and we've got our leader just coming around turn 14 now. Now, one thing I'm noticing here is the battle between Ryan, Emmett, and Brett. It's spread out a little bit, but it's still on. It's still on. Emmett having his spin earlier in the race, and then just again spinning, dropping him back, but now trying to catch back up to Ryan and steal away that 4th position. He's been there already. Can he do it again?
Well, Ryan certainly doesn't want to make it easy for him by any stretch of the imagination. Ryan's had a little bit of trouble in the hairpin number 5.
Well, that's coming up because we're going across the start. Turn 5 is the next key point. If Emmett gets a launch off of turn 3, which I've seen him do before, if he gets a good launch here off of turn 3, he's going to go side by side into 5. But I don't know, Ryan may have that turn 3 figured out, but look at him come up on it. He gets a great run off of turn 3.
And Ryan goes just a little bit wide.
He's going to try to go around the outside again. Nope, he's going on the inside. Ryan's blocking. It might have been a back and forth move there. That might have been weaving on the pit lane. But
look at this.
Oh, he's going to get up alongside him on the exit of 5.
And that means the next turn.
Well, Ryan's got him so far in the kink. He's going to come through this little chicane, and then it's down into the hairpin, turn 9. Man, Ryan holding on for dear life here.
really working hard on that car, using every bit of the racetrack that he possibly can to try and hold on to that position.
Ryan is very good at defending. I'll tell you what, Emmett is a sly cat, man. He is just waiting for that chance. He will find a spot and he will exploit it. He does have a full second quicker.
You're starting to make him sound like he's Iceman.
I don't know if he's Iceman.
That's how he drives.
I don't know if he's that good.
Drives ice cold, just waits for you to make a mistake.
I don't know. He's good. He's good. I don't know if he's that good.
Okay. He's not Kazansky good. Is he Cole Trickle good?
Oh, he's definitely got Cole Trickle. He doesn't even need a match set of tires. We'll see how this rolls out as they go down into turn 1 and 2 again.
You know, it's just fun to watch Ryan hold on to that position. He does not want to get past again.
Yeah. We'll see how this goes on. That's it.
That's it. There he's gone. Yeah. He's a little wide. You know, that's the second time. Last lap, he did the same thing. He went just a little wide.
And we gave him enough.
Going through that.
Look at this draft he's got coming up on him here. And Ryan's
can he try and take it back?
To take the inside, but no, not enough room. Not enough room.
Not quite.
So there's the battle for P4. Emmett Lindquist back into the 4th position. Ryan's going to have to settle for 5th on this one.
Unless that Porsche comes back and bites him again.
Bites Emmett one more time.
Which could happen.
We have seen this. But look at what's going on up front. Richard Wishon closing the gap to 2.5 seconds on Rich Hibbs.
You know, I wouldn't have believed it if we weren't watching it. I thought that Rich Hibbs had it kind of sewn up. He was quite a bit out.
It did seem like we may have missed an incident. He didn't flag on our little timing screen because he didn't lose the position. But it looks like he is starting to pull away again. So maybe he had a little bobble.
Possibly.
Enough for Richard to catch up.
Possibly. Or maybe he was just slowing down enough to say, I don't think that happened.
Neener.
Yeah, I don't think that was it. It was not. It probably didn't happen. But you know, I know some racers that would do that.
Yeah. I know you would.
If I am ever out in front that far, I guarantee you, I will slow down just enough to say neener.
Neener. There you go. Hey, we got Alex Good out there. Not that we're watching this little stream box over here. Alex Good, one of our viewers tonight. Alex, thanks for being out there, buddy. Appreciate you being out there watching the stream. We will try to pay attention, even though we probably won't, as we usually just sit here and banter off each other for the whole race. And yes, some very tight racing. You are correct. We got some very good battles going on. Rich Hibbs out front now by about 2 seconds. Richard Wishon seems to close up the gap and then lose it a little bit again. So certain parts of the racetrack obviously are better for Rich, and other parts of the racetrack, as we saw in the sprint race, better for Richard.
You know, it'd be interesting. Not that I like to sit down and research things, but it'd be interesting to see if that holds true for other BMWs, for other Audis, if it's a driver situation or if it's something about the car setups.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. And this right here, TJ Allman staying out in front of Rick Wishon in a pretty tight battle here. Rick trying his best in that Audi. You know, we've been watching the Audi in a couple different spots tonight. Richard Wishon has one. Rick's got one. We've been watching Drew all night here in Audi. Running pretty good. And the Porsches have, even though they're up there, Emmett's in 4th, Brett's in 6th, TJ's in 7th. The Porsche seems to be the car that kills.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we've seen in both the sprint and the feature, we've seen TJ come around in turns 1, 2, and 3 area.
We've seen Emmett come around in...
he lost at one of the chicanes and also in turn 3.
Yeah. So the Porsche continue... And it is a machine that requires every bit of your concentration. Oh, as we mentioned it, he starts to look like he's losing. It requires every bit of concentration, every bit of attention. All it takes is a moment's gap, and that car does not forgive you.
It looks like the Audi is much more, like you're saying, forgiving in this race, in this situation. The Audi seems to be the car that just keeps on giving. The Porsche seems to be the car that keeps taking away.
Oh yes, oh yes. Which, you know, based on everything that I've seen in other races, I think that's consistent.
Well, I've been running the Ferrari the last couple seasons, and I really enjoy the Ferrari. I like that it's consistent, and I know it's going to be. Every once in a while, you'll get a setup that's just too tight, too loose.
Yeah,
You know, one or the other, and it's just going to spin out on you.
I've had a couple of those, yeah.
But I really enjoy the car.
And I've also been in the Ferrari, and that was exciting. I've been in the Ferrari. I think it's a stable car for the most part. It's not a really exciting car.
Well, you can see here by the choice of cars, among the top 10 drivers, being no Ferrari in the list.
Nope.
It might not be a favorite of these fast drivers.
Well, and it may just be the way that the cars handle. It may be the way the setups work, and it may be this particular track.
Could be. Everybody does have the option. E2WR Racing doesn't have any restriction on what you can drive week to week. You can race any car you want to race. So there's 8. Currently, there's 8 GT3 cars in the racing,
Including a Ford, if I understand correctly.
There is a Ford GT, 2017 Ford GT3 version, and there's a McLaren.
Is there a McLaren?
There's an older version of the McLaren that only runs because it hasn't been updated. I think if they updated that, there is currently a McLaren in IMSA, as well as a Porsche, an Audi, an BMW, and a Mercedes, and a Ferrari. The new cars in IMSA are quite a bit updated from what we're racing right now. They are bringing out the 992 version of the Porsche 911 GT3R, which is the car that you currently see TJ Allman driving, but he's in the 991 version, and the 992 version will be coming out
Tuesday, as we've mentioned.
Yep.
As you've mentioned.
As well as the new GTP Cadillac. The new LMDH Cadillac will be out as well. And also, they're going to be bringing out the LMP3 Cadillac as a whole new class. So they'll have LMDH, LMP2, LMP3, and GT3, which are all the classes that run in a 24-hour instance.
You know, we could be watching if we decided to watch an official 24-hour race. We could be watching what the prediction might be for the actual race, for the live race.
And I would suspect this is the guess of iRacing according to Ron.
Hold on,
Bigg
folks.
Wizurd
Hold on,
TV.
folks. Here we go.
This is coming to you first. That is a really good question. We lost Richard. We don't know why. We've been watching these guys race, and we lost our second place.
Oh, it looks like he had some damage.
I can tell you that it looks like it was contact with something harder than the racetrack. Yeah, Richard in very bad shape. From P2 off the racetrack. I don't know if I can go back far enough. I can try it and see if I can catch it.
Let's see what we can see.
It's going to take me a minute. Hang on, everybody. Hold on, boys and girls. We'll be back to live in just a second. Okay, that was it.
Looks like
He's in second spot. He was only 2 seconds back. Trying to gain on the leader.
and
It's going to take a minute. We went back up. Oh, he's in the grass. He's in the grass. Spins out on the front stretch.
oh
into
my,
the wall.
that's a hard hit.
Hard hit into the wall. Backs out to get out of the way. Does more damage to the back of the car and keeps going. Lost second place. We'll have to see if he's going to hang on to try to stay there. He's lost second spot. And
But if we go back to live, are we at 25 laps?
we are
25?
We are live and we are on the final lap. Rich Hibbs, we've been talking for so long about everything else that the race has almost concluded. Not a whole lot of action going on right now, but that puts Kevin Cantonio up into second spot after his turn one spin. Richard Hibbs coming around just a hairpin and a chicane to go. And Rich is going to take this one for, I believe this is going to be his first feature win of the season.
Nice.
And there he goes across the finish line.
Hey, look at that.
Kevin is going to be coming around right now. And actually, Richard is going to hold on to that. Richard's going to be able to hold on to P3 as he's coming around the final chicane now. Damaged car and all. Takes it in for P3 and Emmett.
Nicely done.
Emmett double spin, double bite for Porsche. Coming around and he's going to take P4, followed by Ryan Fry, Brett Fay, TJ Allman.
That's one, Rich.
Thanks. Good pace. You were flying out there.
What a fun
Some
race.
unfortunate lap ones. Couldn't gauge the cold tires on turn 1.
Let's jump over into the lobby and see if we can catch some guys here.
Good race, Ryan. That was fun.
Rich is in here, so let's see what we can get. As the guys are still finishing up right now, coming across the start-finish line.
Great race, everybody.
Rich, congratulations on the win. Nice run from start to finish there.
And racing.
Thank you. That was a good blast. Richard kept me honest the whole entire way.
all the way until there's 2 to go. Richard gave up second spot to Kevin. But little spin there. Was that 1 to go or 2 to go, Richard?
I think 2 to go.
2 to go. Sure. Yeah, a little tough corner off that chicane. Did the bump off the chicane get you, or was it just trying to get on the throttle too hard going down the front straight?
I got on throttle a little too much going into the last bump of the chicane, then it shot me toward the grass, so I tried to hold it straight, and it just snapped.
Yeah. Well, good job holding on to P3. That didn't look like that was going to be possible, but you did it. So great job holding on.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Kevin Cantonio takes the second spot, so there's your podium. Rich Hibbs, Kevin Cantonio, and Richard Wishon. Hey, there's Kevin. Nice battle, Kevin. Man, you were flying out there. And didn't start off the race so well, but ended it up in the second spot, made the podium. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, not quite how I wanted to start both races. I guess the first heat helped me with grid position, but that didn't even matter the feature. But made some nice battles. Made my way up. Unfortunately, I think it was Richard who spun, and I was able to capitalize. But good race.
Yep, good job, all you guys. It was really fun to watch. There were battles all the way through. Ryan, you and Brett, man, you guys back and forth. The sprint and the feature, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a fun race. It was fun. I mean, just half the race, just me and Ryan were just going at it.
Yeah,
the heart rate was going.
good work, man. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Nice to watch. Good quick laps out there. Philip Scott didn't have the race you wanted to have. Looks like he's dropped out already. But in the end, Philip snags the fastest lap of the race.
What was it?
The fastest lap from Philip. I'll have to wait until it rolls around again.
Okay.
But yeah, he nailed that.
Awesome.
Oh, maybe it was.
No, I think it was. I think it was actually Kevin Cantonio.
I think he was
137.4.
137.4 was Philip Scott. 137.467. And I think it was possibly his last lap of the race.
Oh, I bet it was. Yeah.
So yeah, he was really flying. So on that last one, he nailed one. So good job, everybody. That was great to watch. It was really fun to be here in the booth. Thanks for our viewers for keeping us honest and seeing what happened to Richard. Thanks, everybody. As always, be safe out there. Don't race on the road. Race right here. East to West Racing next Sunday night. We're going to be doing it again. And this time, we're going to be doing it at Le Mans because we're getting ready.
We are getting ready for Le Mans.
Getting ready for Le Mans to watch that one. The Big 24 at Majors was yesterday. And we're going to be doing it here at East to West Racing next Sunday night. Not for 24 hours, though. We're only going to go for the regular 40 minutes.
That's probably a good thing.
Probably.
That's what, 3 laps?
I think 4. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for racing with us. And congrats to our podium finishers. Rich Hibbs, Kevin Cantonio, Richard Wishon. Good night, all.
Good night.
Cheers, Ron. Thank you.
Well, that's it. That's the racers. All we got left is us and the fans.
And so glad that we've got us and the fans left.
Yep, we still have a few of them here. Big shout out to our sponsors, Stair Fittings Incorporated.
And Grandpa's Kitchen.
As well as JNR Craftworks for putting on all of this show for you. Thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one. We've got a week off from the Thursday and Saturday races because it's week 13.
There you go.
But next week we'll be right back here with GT3 Challenge and the GT3 Contender Series at Le Mans. Good night, all.